In today's lesson, we're going to be working with audio tracks. When you have multiple audio tracks, it's important to match and balance their audios so that when you listen to them all at the same time, you're getting a rather soothing effect rather than multiple audios playing at their full volume. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to match audio levels and use keyframes, how to balance different audio tracks on top of each other, and finally, how to put it all together and create a cinematic video. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is an audio. We're going to refer to that as the base audio, and this will be my base audio, meaning that I will keep this audio my priority and keep the other ones as secondary. Let's go ahead and give the audio a listen. Alright, so as you hear, I have a soothing music, there's some guitar in the background, and what I have in mind is to use this audio, match it with different soundtracks to make a cinematic video. So the first thing you want to do is to imagine the scene that this audio is going to take place in. Will you use this audio for a wedding video, a travel montage, a gaming video, or something else? You would want to first figure out what this audio will be used for. I will be combining this audio with different scenes of nature, and what I have in mind is the beach and the birds. I will be pairing this base audio with bird sound effects and beach sound effects to create a cinematic video. You can find more audios in Filmora's audio menu, which is right over here. You can scroll through different categories to find an audio that you'd like to use. You can always double click on your audio to hear it before bringing it into your timeline. Maybe skip through and see whether the music is suitable for the project that you have in mind. Then you can just download it and bring it to your timeline. You can also find sound effects right over here in the sound effect folder. We have things like chickens, digital glitch, and so much more. You can also search for something. There we go, explosions. You can also access the music that you have on your computer in this folder. There we go. Or import new ones right here. So these are the sound effects that I downloaded. Let's increase the volume. So it's a very distant beach wave, and you can hear a little bit of wind. We also have another type of waves. And in my third sound effect, I have bird sounds. So we have some nature sounds and we have this sad music. Let's put it all together. Drag them underneath my music. I can look at these check marks to see whether I have brought them into my timeline. And there we are. I have 4 audio tracks. I'm going to skip here so there's some audios that we can listen to. Play this back. So the waves up close is not even in frame. We can't really hear it because it's so low. These guys are a little bit too loud, so they suddenly appear and you listen to them. The birds are very faint and we can barely hear them chirp. And the only thing that we're hearing right now is the music because it's the loudest. So if I were to just export this, the audience would be confused because they're just hearing random things at the same time. And if they're trying to focus on the song, it is interrupted by these sudden sounds down here. So we need to balance all of these audios using the audio settings that we learned about. So let's start with the one down here. I'm going to mute the rest of the tracks. Double click on this audio track to get this window. We already learned about all of these, but in this lesson we're going to be focused mostly on this part. So we learned that with this bar right here, we can just adjust the audio, seeing the decibel changes down here. We can also type in a decibel that we'd like to put, maybe 10 decibels. But we did not look at how we can make keyframes, and that's what we're going to learn in this lesson. So let's hit reset to get the default settings. And right over here, we have something that we're pretty familiar with, and that's the keyframe button. If I go somewhere around here and press this diamond once, I now have a keyframe. And remember, keyframes need to be more than one or else nothing will happen. Let's make another keyframe. And now I can decide what happens between keyframe A and keyframe B. Maybe I'd like the music to be louder from this keyframe on. All I have to do is to drag the second keyframe and bring it higher. You can see that the volume, instead of 0, it's now 8.30 decibels. You can also see how the sound waves increased in size. This was before, this is after. Let's give it a listen. So that suddenly became louder, but because we have this gradual slide here, it was very gentle. But if I drag and close the space between these two, I will get something like this. So it was very sudden. If I go to the other side and maybe reduce the volume, this is what we get. You can see it suddenly just disappeared because of this fast and short distance. But if I drag this and just lengthen it like so, we will get a very gradual decline in the volume. Pay attention here. You can see slowly going down. So this allows me to change my audio levels, my volume levels in a very smooth manner. Now let's try this on another audio track. I will use the music, mute everything else, bring this back. Let's make a keyframe right over here. Another one here, and a third one here. I'm going to decrease the audio to around 19 decibels or 18. Try 20. And now let's give it a listen. We're going to listen to it again, but this time pay attention to the bar over here. So as you can see, it was a very gradual decline, and then it came back to the original volume. And notice how sometimes there is more audio coming from the left speaker than the right. This time look at the bars here. Remember that this bar here is the right speaker and this bar here is the left. So you can see the left is louder sometimes. So I could keep the song as it is, but if I want them to be more balanced, I can go ahead and work with the left and right speakers, or the output speakers. Drag this a little bit to the right. There we go. Now I switched it, so we just want to keep it somewhere. There we go. Now it's balanced. And if I wanted to only come from the right, then I would have to go all the way here. So at 100, type in 100. Negative is for the left. We want the right. There we go. So there's only one bar, and that's on the right. If you type in negative 100, it will go to the left. There we are. Let's hit reset to get the original settings. Now I want to grab some videos to pair it with my music and then adjust the sound effects according to the scene that is on my screen. We learned how to match videos with audios using beat detection, and that's what we're going to do now. Grab your music, right-click, beat detection. There we are. I'm going to remove this one and grab my new music with the beat detection. There we are. Beat options, and then just turn this off. Let's bring it down here. Then you're going to get both the red and the blue. I'm going to stick with the reds, so I'm just going to delete this. Now it's time to head over to the stock media menu and look for some videos that would go great with this music. I'm going to explore Pixabay and find videos that would match my music, and then I'll be right back so we can continue. So these are the videos that I downloaded from Pixabay, and let's say these are the clips that I recorded of my recent trip. So let's just drag them onto our timeline, matching with the markers that we got from the beat detection. I'm going to play this back. So I'm going to choose a rather chill video for the first part. Let's match to media. And then split my video right here. Let's get another video. And I'm just going to match my videos with the markers. Make sure to listen to the music to match the feel that you're getting. And remember, you could always drag these markers and change their position if you're not happy with them. That is what I did right here. And now let's just match things and make a nice video. And there we go. That's my final video. And I'm just gonna remove the rest. Now that I have these, let's go ahead and give it a listen with just the music alone. I'm gonna remove the first part because there's nothing going on. Drag all of these guys to the beginning. Going to change the position right here so that with every violin string we get a new video. Get a black screen at the beginning. Make sure to preview your videos before moving on. And there we go. You can go ahead and add more videos if you'd like. Now I'm going to use these sound effects and put them in places that are relevant to the videos. Let's go back to my media. We have the birds chirping. I'm going to keep that for this video and this video, because the birds that are in here would not really be in a location like this. This would be more suitable for seagulls. Let's click on this marker and split the audio. Another one right here, and delete the extra bits. The second audio is the water wave beach. So there's no close-up of a beach here. Here we have water splash, so this is not suitable. But over here we have the waves. Click on this marker. It would be this audio actually, the one underneath. So this one would be suitable for this, the final video. There we go. Split it so we don't get a space. There we go. We can get rid of the rest. Maybe extend this right here. And as for this one, I could just keep it for this video. End it right here. And there we go. Bring back the audios for all of them and have a listen without the music. So now I have the base of my video ready. We will need to adjust the audios for each of these tracks, and we will do that in the next lesson using the audio mixer. Notice how the sound effects suddenly cut off. To avoid that, we could use keyframes. Double click, one keyframe, and another one. Drag this keyframe down so it fades away, and then it comes in. So at this point, the birds are louder. I'm going to make another keyframe over here and one before it. And just bring the volume up for the space in between this keyframe and the other one. So we can hear the birds in the first half. You can go ahead and use another keyframe, but you could also fade it out here. And then the second sound effect would appear. Let's fade in and out all the other sound effects. If needed, you can use keyframes to adjust the volumes at certain times. There we go. So now I have my base work ready. In the next lesson, we're going to finalize this project using the audio mixer, where you can work with several audio tracks at the same time and bring it all together. Let's listen to the base work. And there we are. So let's move on to the next lesson where we can complete this video.